Alright folks, Ontario Preparedness and Bushcraft here. Just going over some equipment that I have here. As you can see, there's a variety of stuff on the table in front of you. This is going to be a clothing related video. And what I generally use. One thing that's not on here is my Carhartt jacket. I actually forgot it at work. And my Carhartt double front work pants. Yeah, so generally speaking, this is going to be more so geared towards winter and wet weather. And I'll do another video in the spring for summer and fall and spring and such. Yeah, so what you see in front of you is just a general look of clothing and some equipment over there in the corner that I just finished going over in my Line 2 gear video. It's my Line 2 gear. Go watch that if you want to know what's in that. I went over that in pretty good detail. Okay, so I'll be starting from left to right here. This is a Canadian Armed Forces 3-season coat. It's a very good coat. I have a few of them. They are, you can sometimes get them for 50 to 100 bucks depending on the condition, and they are extremely warm. You're gonna notice on my channel there's a lot of surplus Canadian military gear. Seeing as I am in Canada, that is some of the cheapest gear on the market, and if it's good enough for the soldiers, it's good enough for me. And it's stood the test of time and has still a lot of life left in it, and it's very easy to repair. Okay, going on. Right here, I actually just bought this a couple of weeks ago. My wool beanie had went through its service life, so to speak. It was destroyed. Right here, I have a 100% wool scarf. I have a few of these. Great, really warm scarf. They're basically one of those Rothko no name or name brand wool scarves. Right here, I always carry a baseball hat. That just happens to be my do everything hat, work hat, so to speak. Right here, Canadian Army 100% wool sweater. Extremely warm. I have a lot of these, at least 2 per person. They are extremely warm, very durable. Reinforcements here and on the elbows there. Great piece of kit. If you can find one, I strongly recommend getting one. Here they normally run from 35 to 60 bucks. Extremely warm, well worth the money. Well worth the money. Moving on, I go into base layers here. Just some ideas. Obviously, you're gonna be wearing a t-shirt. Didn't have one of those on the table right now. This here is a undershirt that instant wicking away from you. Get some of the moisture away from your body, and something else to retain the heat. You'd be surprised at so much heat you'll get from that t-shirt and a long sleeve shirt. Very surprised. Moving on down here, again, this is just Rocky's gym sweater. That's another thing. If you're gonna be wearing stuff like this and you're bugging out, try to cover it up with something, because even though you might be wearing jeans or even cargo pants, work pants, dark front work pants, etc., this right here could cause you issues. So if you can just pull this over, this is a digger sweater, just pull this over this, conceal it, also gives you extra warmth and more clothing on your person. Moving on to socks, there's a neat little lesson with this one here. I'll get to in a minute. But these are just, I think, Dakota brand from Mark's Work Warehouse here in Canada. Those are just cushion sole work socks, essentially. This here, these are Canadian Armed Forces and Canadian Cadet Program wool socks. When I was in cadets, I got issued a lot of these. Every week, basically, I was getting a new pair, so I got probably close to 100 pairs of those. A lot of socks. A lot of socks. These ones here were actually hand knit by my great grandmother. She's still alive, thank God. And yeah, so she actually taught me how to knit socks. So another good skill to have. I know some guys, ha ha ha, you know how to knit? Yeah, ha ha ha, your feet are cold. Mine aren't. Great piece of kit to have. Home knit, easy to fix. You can make them yourself. Great product. Extremely good product. I might actually start selling these, but that's another video for another time. These here are long johns. Again, in Canada, it gets cold. You want to keep warm. Long johns are the way to go. Or thermals, you may call them in the States. I don't know. These here are just Fall Raven pants. These are my Bushcraft pants. Something robust. They're good pants. I don't like how expensive they are, but then again, they are a name brand. So I might be switching over to Carhartt's, just carpenter pants, and putting a waterproofing layer on it. Because that's essentially what these are. Just they're lightweight. They do have a lot of pockets in them, which I like. I'll do a review possibly on that later. Yeah, I'll go from there. So pants, make sure you have a good durable pair of pants that can take a beating and keep going. Easy to fix too. These ones, this here is just a Wrangler Bigs. It's a heavyweight, almost fleece, but not quite. More, it's a cotton shirt. Very heavy duty. It's plaid. No one's gonna bat an eye. If you wear this and this, no one's gonna ask questions. Even if you put this over top of this, you'll be extremely warm. This is actually almost too warm for the weather we have right now. It's about -6 degrees Celsius. Okay, moving on. Again, keeping with the surplus theme, I found these two online. They're Finnish 100% wool pants and the overcoat that goes with them. Something like that you wouldn't really want to be going a long distance with because they are extremely heavy, and when wool gets wet, it gets heavy and it gets heavier and keeps getting heavier. But the insulation value is amazing. Amazing. I believe wool holds 80% of its insulation value even when wet, and I got that entire set there for $100. $100. 100% wool tunic and 100% wool pair of pants. They also do have a 100% wool overcoat, which I might possibly get to replace that. Just because a gray overcoat is not going to really, or a great coat, sorry, is not really going to draw as many eyes as that, because a lot of people up here wear trench coats, and there is a difference. A great coat is wool, and a trench coat, although it looks like a great coat, is waterproof. It's meant for the wet weather. So I might get one of those too. You see a lot of people up here wearing those because it's very wet and snowy. All right, down here I just have a Canadian Armed Forces 82 pattern butt pack with a rain jacket in it. It's got the shoulder haversack kind of sling on it. That I generally keep in my vehicle just behind the headrest. I've actually made a system with a size small web belt that actually links around my seat, and I almost got a complete set of webbing in my vehicle. I'm not a small, but at least the pouches that are there, it's laid out. And cheap gear, instead of buying one of those Molly over the seat things, a set of that can be had for like a full set. The way I have it laid out was roughly about $200. Okay, moving on to footwear. These ones here are hunting boots. They're neoprene, roll down, great boots. These are actually what I was wearing when I was testing out that kit. Again, if you want to see that kit, go view my earlier video. These boots here, they come roughly probably about 3 inches below my knee. They are big boots. Great boots, very warm. And make sure when you buy boots that you're gonna be wearing in the winter, you buy them a half size to a full size bigger, so you can double up on socks. If you buy them to the size you're wearing now, when you put the extra socks on, it's going to constrict your foot and constrict the blood flow. So you'll actually get colder even though you have more layers on, because there's not that dead airspace to keep you warm. So that's just a little tidbit there to keep in mind. These ones here, I got them when I was on my marksmanship course. I believe they're US, but bought them off a Canadian military base. Don't know, I haven't really seen CF wearing these, so I don't know exactly the nation. They look like the American Marine ones, but there's no globe and anchor on the heels, so I'm not too sure. If you guys know where these guys came from, feel free to let me know. These ones here, these are the boots I've had since I was in cadets. These are Canadian Forces Gore-Tex combat boots. I do have another pair that is on the way. I was just able to find them. They're the boots that we used before these here in Canada for our military. They're 100% leather, insanely durable. They're a lot narrower and not as clunky when you walk around. These ones get heavy, but they're also Gore-Tex lined, extremely warm. These ones here are better for like cold environments and damp environments. The leather ones are good for year-round. However, you need to double up on socks in those. You need to double up on socks, and they are insanely light for a 100% leather boot. You can run like you're wearing tennis shoes. They're just quick. If you can find a pair, I think they're Mark IVs, Canadian Armed Forces Mark IV combat boots. Highly recommend getting them. These ones here I used to wear fairly frequently. The laces in them broke. I'm going to be making new laces for them shortly. As you can see, I've worn the hell out of these things. Just destroyed them. Believe it or not, those soles used to be thicker, like a lot thicker. Had these now for got them in 2011, almost 8 years. So yeah, wore those on a daily basis for 8 years. Insanely good boots. They are beat up. Things have broken on them, but they keep going. And there's not even any soles in them. It's just a regular boot. The inside is starting to wear off a bit, but these boots are, I've yet to find as good a pair of boots that are lightweight like this. But I might be getting some side zip boots, just for my rapid reaction gear, is what I like to call it. I might go over that. I might not. I don't know. You know what? Yeah, I'll go over that in another video. Rapid reaction gear, stuff what goes bump in the night with my bump kit, as Pastor Joe on Viking Preparedness says, and Shofar Mountain. Go check him out if you guys haven't already. Great guy, nice guy, great video. Highly recommend him. He's I think he says Green Beret or Ranger or something. Very nice, very nice homestead. Great work. Something I aspire to have is that. And if you haven't gone on to Bear Independent yet and Squid Actual, go check them out. Bear himself is actually the one that kind of watching his videos is like, hey, you know what? That's his point of view. I'm gonna show what my point of view is here in Ontario on what I prep for my environment. His is very nice homestead too. Another one I aspire to be like. I would love to have that ability to, as he says, someone's gonna have to come and tell me when the world ended, because I'm gonna be that self-reliant. That is what I aspire to do. So keep posted in the future. I will be uploading videos regarding that kind of aspect. I'll go over some basic tools you might need, some information. I got a couple of books that I'm going to be going over. It's more so bushcraft related, not so much survival. A couple of military manuals, etc. that you can buy online that I recommend. I'll be going over that. Keep posted. Anyways, back to the clothing. When you wear clothing, you want to make sure that it's layered. Okay? You don't want to have one layer and then your jacket. I know a lot of people up here in the city, I see it all the time. They'll go out, they'll have a pair of pants on, obviously, some boots, or even not boots when it's snowing outside, Basically almost like sandals, but they're not sandals, like slip-ons. Don't do that. If you're one of those people, stop. Mostly notice females doing that, and even some males. But yeah, don't do that. That's extremely bad. If you're in a car crash or if your car breaks down on the side of the road because everything just went crap, yeah, don't be that person stuck out in the snow, having to walk a long distance on icy roads or through puddles or through woods or through whatever, rubble, collapsed buildings. Who knows what's going to happen, right? You got to prepare for everything. If you're in an urban city, this is something that I do. I wear them on a daily basis, but I also have an extra pair in my trunk. Have an extra pair of steel toe work boots. Steel toe work boots. And have a means to carry the footwear you're wearing with you. Leave space in your get home bag to put the pair of shoes you're wearing. Okay? If you're in an urban environment and stuff goes to crap and you gotta walk forever, yes, steel toe work boots, they're not going to be fun to walk in. However, they are going to protect your feet from any damage that is on the ground, and a great concealed weapon too. Catch someone on the side of the head with a steel toe boot, yeah, not going to have a good time. Okay, make sure you have proper footwear. Next, socks. Socks. Always have at least 4 pairs. Yeah, I only have 3 here, but that's just for visual aids. That's all that's there. 4 pairs. 4 minimum, plus 1 on your feet, so 5. 5 pairs minimum in any kit you have. You can turn them into gloves should you need to. You can put a pair on, dry a pair out. If someone else is with you, you throw them a pair. You get what I'm saying. Turn them into scarves, etc. If you're a guy, yeah, they might get cold. Solve it with a pair of socks. Again, onto surplus gear. Surplus gear can be had very cheap. It's very reliable, very durable. One thing though, when you're getting these, don't try to look for the size. I don't know if it's still on here. Yeah, here's the tag for you. Okay, if it doesn't say 100% wool, don't assume it is. This is made in May 1983, so it's already way older than I am. And it's still extremely warm. It says size, where the size is, the 42, is the maximum size that it'll stretch to. Okay? Comfortably. So if you have a 42-inch chest, I'd recommend getting a 46 or a 48. Just so you can layer underneath it, should you need to. Okay? I don't know about the U.S. Army sweaters. Never had one. I stick with these because they're tried and true, and I've worn them ever since I was like 12 years old. I still have one, actually, from when I was 12. They are extremely warm, durable, great piece of kit. Moving on to the jacket here. I'll go over this a little bit more. This is my daily jacket, so I'll just quickly go over what I just currently have in here. In there, house keys. Oh, I'll go over the keys real quick. Okay, keys. 2 things you should always have on your keychain. A whistle. Okay, always have that on your keychain. You should have a knife on your person anyways. And what this is a CPR mask. Always carry one of those. And if you don't, get a gym membership. Get one. It's all well and good to be prepared with stuff. But if you can't move your body when it's time to move, your priorities are kind of skewed. I'm not extremely fit per se. I'm no CrossFitter. I'm no professional athlete. But when it's time to go, I can move and I can lift. Okay. My deadlift right now is at about 320 pounds. It's a lot of weight considering I'm only 205 pounds. So yeah, that's a lot of weight. Squat almost 400. Okay, so get yourself to the gym. get fit, get some kit, know how to use that kit, practice using that kit. And I recommend trying to keep your daily wear. Keep your daily wear as stuff that you're going to use, so you can learn the little nuances of your kit. If you wear the kit that you're going to be wearing on a daily basis during SHTF, post SHTF, then you're going to know the little quirks of that gear. You're going to know how to bend, how to move. You're going to break in clothing. Believe it or not, clothing does have a break-in period. Like, you ever gotten a new pair of pants, put them on, oh yeah, these things feel great. And then you throw them in the washer and they're like, oh, why are these things so light now? Yeah. Break-in period. Okay. Yeah, so make sure you have the proper headwear, scarf, gloves also. I didn't bring any up here, but you need gloves. Make sure they're wool liners, and make sure you have an outer pair that is waterproof, and I highly recommend having the outer layer waterproof and fire resistant. Nomex flight gloves work great with wool liners. Another thing to think about. This hat, just Dakota brand. You can get, it's basically the same thing as a Carhartt brand. Same, actually I think this one's warmer. I have both. But anyways. Yep. So those are Finnish Army. Again, 100% wool. 100% wool is good because you can actually move and they don't make noise. So if you're trying to move out in the winter, trying to be quiet, or even if you're going around the city and you're trying to be extremely quiet, there's no while you walk with these. With these there is. With other pants of this nature, BDU pants, there's that rubbing. Wool, 100% quiet. As long as it's 100% wool. See a theme there? See a theme? Natural fibers. They are the best warmth. Okay? And make sure when you're in the field, make sure you learn how to take bird baths. Hygiene. Hygiene is a huge part of keeping your clothes clean. If you can't keep clothes clean and you can't keep yourself clean, you're gonna die from infection. Nasty, nasty way to go. Okay? So just keep that in mind. That's just a quick overview of some clothing that I would recommend. And certain items that are not on here, I'll be adding in another video, such as general use items, hygiene kits, fire kits, rucksack reviews, stuff like that. Okay, I'm Ontario Preparedness and Bushcraft, out.